So it's been a while since I uploaded on this channel, and I thought today would be the perfect day to do it. Fun fact, I just got a ticket, and I got it because I got a warning for my headlight being out and my tag being expired. My tag's been expired since about November 30th, and it's like January 15th or 16th today. I don't really know. I'm recording on my phone, so I don't know. But the reason why I'm recording this is because I actually think this ticket may have been one of the best things that could have happened to me today, because it really helped level up my mental toughness. And what I mean by that is let me give some context. Today has been a great day leading up to the ticket, because I got to drive to Atlanta for a fitting because I'm about to be in a movie next week. So I drove up there and did my fitting. It went great, ate some great food. Then I got my steps in, right? So like the day was going great. I got paid for a commercial shoot today. And so I paid off like some credit card things, and like things were going really good. Then I was like, all right, I need to drive back because I have a gig tomorrow in Charlotte. And then, 2 hours into the trip, I see the lights behind me. I'm like, I wonder why this guy's pulling me over. I know I'm not speeding. I knew that my headlight was out and I knew my tags were expired, but I'm like, it's so minor. I've been driving around with like this for about a month. But then, the guy ends up giving me the spiel, and then he comes back and gives me the ticket. And I remember like after I got the ticket, I was just like real short with him. I was like, yeah, all right, whatever, man. And then like I left, it was just that simple and plain. He was like, yeah, no points. It's nothing in your insurance. There's no points. You just got to pay it. And I was like, well, if I get this thing fixed, would that take care of it? He said, you can ask. And obviously, I wasn't happy about the ticket because just accumulation of things, but ultimately I just couldn't get the thing fixed that I needed to get fixed to pay for what I needed to pay for it. But on my ride, I still had 2 hours left of the road trip from Atlanta to Charlotte because I got pulled over 2 hours into it. So my mind is like fixated on how I handled the situation. Because remember, like I said, I was real short with him after he gave me the ticket. I think the exact words that I said was like, he was like, all right, man, you have a good one. I was like, yeah, you too, brother. Like, I know it's like real, it doesn't seem like anything, but I just know like I didn't handle it as good, and I didn't respond how I would have liked, or like my ideal self would have responded, right? I think I was also just like, bro, that's crazy, but I've never gotten a ticket for my tags being, 1 month expired. Like trying to rationalize, like I didn't take any accountability for it. So on my ride back, I'm trying to piece through in my mind, what could I have done better? How can I grow from the situation? How can I take accountability? And I just went through all the reasons, like why I got the ticket and what I could do to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Real minor stuff. But the thing that was looming for me, like even after I did all that, was like the frustration and like me in my mind, like all the thoughts of like, yo, this guy shouldn't have gave me a ticket. This guy shouldn't have did this. It was making me feel like very emotionally charged and like angry at the guy. And I started to get upset that I was getting upset, because I was like, well, I've already resolved everything in my mind as far as like what I need to do, but I can't control these thoughts and I can't control these feelings that's happening. And it made me think of this framework that Alex Hormozi released. That he released a video of it a little while back that I've been kind of using about what mental resilience and mental toughness really is and how you can measure that. And like I'm trying to do it in my mind, and I'm like, oh man, my tolerance, like what it took for me to get triggered was very short. It was very short fuse. Like this in 10 years, like this ticket won't mean anything to me, but right now it does. And then I was like, well, the behavior change was so drastic because I didn't respond how I think I should respond. And then like I can't even bounce back, which is the next level, because my thoughts in my mind is still, and my emotions are still so charged at this thing. And then the last step being, what's the last step? Baseline, like where are you at now? Like, are you worse than where you started? Or are you better than where you started? Are you the same? And I'm I'm trying to like play it through in my mind as it's happening. I'm like, I just can't. I'm like, I'm doing all these strategies that I know to like clear my mind and try to get back like to the base calm. I'm like doing box breathing. I'm asking myself better questions, and like I'm trying my damnedest, but nothing is really coming. Nothing is like really stopping the thoughts, stopping the emotions. And I know I don't want to scroll because I was like, I want to learn from this. And so what I did, I ended up turning on the video of Alex Hormozi. Granted, I'm still driving, so I'm listening to it as a podcast type deal. And I just skipped to the section where he's talking about the mental model of mental resilience. And that really helped me because it was like visually on the screen, but he's also talking about it, so I could actually like really think through it step by step as opposed to all in my mind. And what I came up with was I was correct about the fuse. The fuse was still very short, right? Like I got bothered by a ticket. That's something that I feel like shouldn't shake me, but it did. So I have to take accountability in that. But then I was like, the behavior change that I did, which was, kind of being short with this guy and not being as kind or like unbothered as I would liked, it wasn't as drastic as my mind was making it seem, because, it's not like I went off on the guy saying like, yeah, whatever, bitch, whatever. Like, that's probably how I meant to come off, was like, yeah, whatever, brother. And I was like, yeah, you too, brother. Like, I didn't go off on the guy, right? I didn't spaz out. I didn't like go on a rant about why it should and shouldn't happen to this guy. So like the behavior change wasn't as drastic as my mind was making it seem, right? Then I went to the next level, which was the bounce back. And truly the bounce back happened very quickly, but I wasn't giving myself credit for it, because the bounce back ended up being like, what can I do better? How can I take accountability? And like, again, like I didn't like spaz out on the guy. So like I really was like, okay, well, like, I'm not even yelling or like mad really about it still. I'm just mad that the thing happened and how I reacted to it. So I was grading my bounce back ability based off of my thoughts and my emotions as opposed to the actual behavior. The behavior is what's most important, truly. And the behavior that I wanted, I was doing, but I wasn't giving myself credit for it because of the thoughts and the feelings. I was using that as the grading scale, which is unfair, because you can't really control your thoughts or your emotions, but you can control your behavior. And my behavior control was very good. And then the last step, which was the baseline, it's actually better, because like I thought of all these ways of how I could make sure this never happens again, in the sense of not giving these cats a reason to even give me a ticket, like whether it's quotas or whatever reason they do it. Like the dude had the legal right to do it, right? But I'm not gonna give them a reason to give that to me. Like I'm not even gonna give myself a reason to get pulled over some BS like this anyways, because I need to stay on top of my stuff. The stuff that I didn't take care of on my end. So like the baseline was better, the bounce back was good, the behavior change wasn't as drastic. The fuse was the only thing that was really as short, but it really helped me. It really like opened up, like, oh man, I am so grateful that this ticket happened, because like now I have this actual practical framework that I can use to test mental toughness, and I got a good rep for it tonight. And instead of distracting myself or being so mad for the rest of the 2-hour ride, I felt like I really thought through, how could I respond to this and how can I grow from this situation? And I feel so happy that it happened, as crazy as it sounds, because I'm still gonna have to pay this fucking ticket. I still need to get my stuff fixed. But I also thought like, oh, well, maybe if I get my stuff fixed, I won't have to pay the ticket, because I can just call them and be like, hey, yo, I got this fixed immediately. Can we just dismiss this? But even if it don't, and I have to pay it, that's okay too, because I'm better off of it, because I know, one, that I need to stay on top of my stuff, not to give them that reason, but also because now I know that I can get these mental toughness reps and these mental resiliency reps for anything. You know what I mean? Like, just because one person might view this ticket thing as not a big deal, it felt like a big deal to me at the time. And I was able to bounce back from it quicker and better than I thought that I did, upon reflection of what's actually happening and what I actually wanted. And that was just a eye-opening thing for me. So the thing that it really unlocked for me was like, understand exactly what you're defining as mental toughness and understand how you're actually grading that. And if you're grading yourself fairly, like, are you grading your thoughts and your feelings, which is something is really not as much in your control as you would like, but are you grading your behavior, which is the most important thing for the mental toughness thing and the bounce back. Mind blown. But this is my first video back, and I just kind of wanted to document that because that is very eye-opening, and I just feel like it can be so helpful for whether I watch it back or somebody else watching this back. Craziness, how life really does happen for you instead of to you once you really get an understanding of what it is that you want to do and what it is, how you want to improve and the things you want to improve on, and you really start being open to however that is to come. Like, I didn't think this would be the way to get a rep in this, but I'm grateful for it.